What is up, comic fam, and welcome to the Legion of Comics. I'm Mark, and today we're going to take a look at this upcoming new comic book day. And if you thought last week was a huge release week, wait till you see this. So real quick, if you haven't already, be sure to hit that thumbs up and consider subscribing to the channel. I have recently passed that 1,000 subscriber milestone, so I have a huge giveaway celebration coming up. And once everything is in order, I'll be announcing that and releasing that video on what you can win and how to enter and all that good stuff. And you don't want to miss out. It's going to be epic, as well as I'm sure a huge celebration, live stream and everything and all that good stuff. So definitely consider doing that if you want to participate. So like I said, it's new comic book day coming up, and it is even bigger than last week. So let's get right into it. And as always, I'd like to start with what's on my reading list. Some of these I'll be pulling physical copies of, and some of them I'll be reading digitally. But all of these are definitely on the list to be read. But we have Detective Comics number 1034, which, as you see, is a Fear State crossover or tie-in. And it looks like in this issue, we're going to find that Batman is going to have to protect none other than Mayor Nakano himself, the one who set out to stop Batman and to end all masks in Gotham. And the backup story, this is the Road to Task Force Z, that upcoming zombie team led by Red X himself. So that's kind of starting its slow build in the back pages of Detective Comics. So if you're looking forward to that coming up, you definitely might want to consider checking out what's been started already in those backup stories. Next up, we have Action Comics issue number 1038. So this is supposed to be the farewell issue. We've had this War World story slowly building in the background pages of Philip Kennedy Johnson's Superman stuff. And this is supposed to be it, the setting off into space to War World. And we kind of have a hint from all the Fear State stuff that Clark is going to be stuck away from his family and away from Earth for a while. He's going to be dealing with Mongol and all that. So we have seen Jonathan Kent take up the mantle of Superman here recently. So the void's been filled, but what's going to happen with Clark? You know, that Superman and the Authority book is supposed to be like the bridge that connects Action with War World and everything. So it's not looking too good for the Man of Steel. I'm wondering how he's going to hold up and fare and how this is going to differ from the Future State story itself. Next up, we have Justice League issue number 60 coming in strong with a goofy cover. Horrible, horrible art for me. Like, this is not, like, everyone just shaped funny on it. It's a little weird, but Brian Michael Bendis has not been doing a bad job with that first story art. Nothing too major has happened. They brought Sinmar back, which was great. We got the United Planets coming in and ruffling some feathers as well. But this is just supposed to be a kind of like a new recruit issue or something. Like, there's been some new team members that have joined the league, and they need their proper tour around the place and a who's who of the Justice League. So it seems like one of those issues where it's kind of just unnecessarily spotlighting all the characters and what their role to play is. And I'm guessing that's just because they haven't done that yet since since Bendis took over. So it's just a throwaway issue is what it's sounding like. I will be picking it up, though, to keep the run complete, as well as that Justice League Dark backup story by Ron V. So that's continuing to be epic. That last one was amazing. Like, Merlin is in Atlantis, going for the source of magic, just going absolutely crazy. And Zatanna has unleashed an aspect and a side of her that she normally tries not to or hasn't before, to keep everyone around her as well as herself safe. So it's full on Zatanna versus Merlin magic battle. So I'm looking forward to that. Issue number 5 of Berserker is dropping. So this is Matt Kent and Keanu Reeves' book. And it's just, it continues to be the same thing. It's just him seeking answers to his past while we're watching flashbacks and getting small little clips of of the plot moving forward. But it's fun. I'm not going to lie and say this is an epic read that everyone should check out. If you like mindless violence and just little tidbits as you go, that's what it is. But I don't know why, but for me, this one is fun. I've been enjoying it so far, and that last issue left us on a cliffhanger. So I'm wondering what they're going to choose to reveal with this issue, or how much they're going to just leave hanging over our head about the shadowy operation that Keanu Reeves is currently working with to try to unlock secrets from his past, as well as find his mortality, because he's done with living. Next up, the conclusion to Strange Adventures is here. So another Tom King maxi series is wrapping up. We had Rorschach just wrap up, and now Strange Adventures is. So we have a full picked invasion. We have Mr. Terrific on the case and has found out that Adam Strange might be actually guilty of these war crimes and that he might have pulled a major okie doke. So we're going to see how much of those answers are valid and if Adam Strange is going to have to be held responsible for them. And if so, how do you pull that off in the middle of a picked war? So I'm expecting a great conclusion to this one. It's been fantastic. And I love what Mitch Gerard did with the cover art, how he kind of went back to that first issue and just added the Mr. Terrific banner being painted up over him. That's really cool. Next up, we have Something is Killing the Children, issue number 20. We find Erica completing her final initiation. So, man, I'm so off with this series. I don't know what it is. It's just, I think they've just drug it farther than it has life. I honestly do. So we're just kind of beating a dead horse at this point, getting ready to do a secondary series of a character that has already been established as dead. So unless they find a way to, in this book, to kind of say that death doesn't matter and bring Aaron back, and like none of it just matters anymore right now. I don't know. It's got to get to a different place. Love the small town monster hunting vibes and feel that it started out with, but now it's just flashbacks and look in the House of Slaughter, and it took away all the mysterious aspects of it. So I just don't know. I'm hoping that it changes, but I'm definitely probably the number 20. This will be my last floppy issue. I'll just move over to digital only on this one because I just don't want to collect it. Matter of fact, if you're looking for any issues, message me. I'll probably just get rid of mine. Don't need them. Next up, we have the Department of Truth, issue number 13. So this is the conclusion to the second story arc. We find that Cole is the kind of the focal point again, even though you have Lee Harvey Oswald, old and new, on the cover. But they're going back to Cole, who kind of materialized the Starface killer that's been kind of playing in the background of the series so far. So it's supposed to be getting into Cole, trying to see that through and stop that entity from harming anyone else moving forward. So definitely looking forward to the story arc wrapping up and the next one hitting. Every issue of Department of Truth for me has just been fantastic. Wordy or not, it's just been a good book. I just love where it's gone. Next up, we have Spawn issue 322, and you got Spawn and She-Spawn on the cover. This, man, I forget his name, Bjorn something, but he does these amazing covers. But hot on the tail of King Spawn from last week, they're dropping Spawn this week. And as McFarlane said, it's going to be the year of the Spawn, and they're starting to just spread out and drop more frequently. So you don't have to wait a month to get a Spawn book anymore. And this one, Spawn is going to go save somebody, but he can't be in two places at once. So I don't know. These books, they're Spawn. If you read them, you get it. If you don't, check them out. Crossover from Donny Cates and Image Comics is finally back after having that few month break after issue 7. That one random issue was written by Chip Zdarsky, which in my opinion was the most enjoyable issue so far. Crossover is back. So after the events of everything that happened with the big fight and going into the dome and trying to find parents and this and that, we didn't really get any resolutions on any of those accounts, but we did find out that what Ellie's big secret was. So now it's time to continue their journey, their adventure. Now that we're past that weird interruption by Chip Zdarsky, is how the solicitation put it. But I'm not necessarily hyped about this book at all anymore. I'm definitely still curious, and I am going to at least pick up. I'm going to see through issue 10 unless it like picks up and gets great. I'll continue after 10. I'm going to move to digital only. And then we have Batman Superman issue number 22, which is the sad week here, guys. This is the final issue of this title that has been amazing, especially since Jing Young Lin took over it. So they just had the annual and the last issue drop, and now we're just getting this one more random issue. And in this one, Mxyzptlk has brought back Calendar Man after his death at A-Day, and it's causing some reality ripples across the way. And Batman and Superman are going to have to reach out for some unexpected help to get to it. And I'm thinking it might be Batmite, because if you look down there, there's Batmite. So this might just be an absolutely fun issue and a nice way to end it and cut it off on a high note. But Loving that Ivan Ray's cover art there. One of my favorite interior artists and everything. But I'm hoping to see him land on a good title now that this one's wrapping up. We'll see where it goes from there. Within Superman, Son of Kal-El, issue number 3, originally slated for last week. It got pushed back to this week. So just like I said last week, we got Jonathan just kind of finding the ropes and getting into the role of Superman, as well as that online shadow organization trying to give him information on what is and what isn't correct based on their viewpoint. So I'm guessing he's going to get wrapped up with some bad people and some good people, or bad people with good intentions. Who knows? Next up, we have Batman Reptilian number 4 from Garth Ennis and art by Liam Sharp. This has been a wicked fun book. Wicked fun. Like, it has just been a treat to get to read these and just go through and check out how amazing the Liam Sharp artwork is in this. It's colored very uniquely, even different than a lot of his other stuff that's been hitting shelves recently. But we're supposed to be getting the reveal of the monster in this one and what is up with it. So Batman's going to go look for Croc to go ask some questions and potentially get some answers, and he's running into the monster in this issue. So we'll finally get to know what it is. Next up, Deathstroke Inc. issue number 1. So the Deathstroke Inc. that has been greatly teased inside of the pages of existing comic books as an advertisement. Just check it out, check it out, check it out. I don't know, Joshua Williamson, he's definitely a good writer, like his stuff. I don't know how much I can really stand and say, like, y'all to check out Deathstroke Inc. But I'm sure it could be fun. Slade is a great character, and he's been tasked to go out and take out some villains, and he's been given an army, not necessarily an army, but he's been given a team. You know, he's not by himself. He's leading a team. So its main sidekick on the team is Black Canary. Not sure how that works, but then again, Black Adam is on the Justice League, so anything's possible. I just don't know too much about why this book is existing or what its purpose is, but I'm definitely going to be checking it out. Joshua Williamson is, like I said, a decent writer, so he might be able to carry this into some place of it being super relevant. Next up, we have Superman 78, issue number 2. So in that last issue, we saw Superman fight the robot out in the streets, and then turned out that it reported the Brainiac, and Brainiac recognized there's a Kryptonian on Earth, so he is on the way. I'm loving the tone that was set by the writer, Vendetti, of this book. He just nailed it, knocked it out of the park. He really brought the heat and the feelings that you would get and the style from the actual Superman the movie. So it just hit all the right marks for me. That is an awesome cover, and I'm definitely looking forward to it. And finally, on my guaranteed pool read list is Mr. Miracle, the Source of Freedom, issue number 5 of 6. So Shiloh has got the help of the New Gods on his side while they chase down Never Free and try to stop Never from destroying New Genesis. So we're going to hopefully get some more questions answered, as like, why does Oberon know who Scott and Shiloh is, but in this world, Scott never existed? So there's some time multiverse stuff happening that they haven't necessarily gave us the full scoop on. So we're supposed to be getting some more answers in this. And it's awesome that we're getting some New Gods. That's always good stuff. So maybe that'll explain where Scott Free is. That's what I've been wondering this whole time. Where is Scott Free? Where's the original Mr. Miracle? So that is all that I have on my guaranteed pool list to read. But let's check out some other titles real fast that are dropping that you might want to check out. We got Amazing Spider-Man 74, as well as Wolverine number 16. Then we have Thor issue number 17, as well as Miles Morales Spider-Man number 30 with that new suit there. And then we have Robin issue number 6, as well as Blue and Gold issue number 3. For the Star Wars fans, we have Star Wars issue 17, as well as Sword 18. We got a new X book called Inferno. It's an issue number 1 coming out, as well as Black Cat issue number 10. Looks like Checkmate number 4 will be dropping, as well as Extreme Carnage Omega number 1. So I believe that might be the last of those one-shots, just based on the cover, now that you have everyone there together on it. Then you have Darkhawk issue number 2. And then here's an exciting one. Batman versus Bigby, a Wolf in Gotham, which is written by Bill Willingham, the writer of Fables. And Bigby there is Big Bad Wolf from Fables, which I've just been really starting to get into Fables, which is awesome. So I'm working through it in trades, but I will be reading this, not picking up or reading it now, because I'm not reading any of that out of order. I want to get through all of Fables first. But Serial issue number 7 is dropping, as well as Out of Body issue number 4. So the first two of this were great. I just had to put it aside for now just for time constraint. I'll be getting back to reading those down the road. But from IDW's even dropping the Star Wars heat, you have Curse of Vader's Castle issue number 2, as well as Star Wars Adventures issue number 10. So there's a lot more books in that, a lot of small press stuff as well. So be sure to double check those shelves at your local comic shops. Make sure you didn't miss anything. Talk to those shop owners and employees and make sure that there's nothing out there that you're missing because you're not ordering ahead of time. It's not on your pull list and all that good stuff. And if you want to know what my top pick for this week is going to be sure to check out the Comic Bench channel. Hit that subscribe button and turn the notification bell on because every Sunday he drops a video where him and I both give you our top picks for this coming week and why you should consider picking them up. And also, as always, I'd like to give a big shout out to the Augusta Book Exchange, the keepers of my comics, the guardians of my pool box. You'll find no better customer service anywhere. They always make sure everything I'm looking for is safe and secure and waiting for me when I get there. And if you want to follow them, check them out on Facebook. All right, guys, so that's it. Remember, hit that thumbs up on your way out. And until next time, as always, I'm Mark, but we are Legion.